Do you know, it's been absolutely ages since I've been up in this garage. I think the last time I actually filmed anything was November. The Volkswagen Polo R Line is still exactly how I left it from the last video, which was about 2 months ago. The only thing that has changed, there's a pile of boxes that I brought up here that I had delivered of parts and other things. Do you know what? I can't even remember what's in these, but as you can see, it's all leaves in the garage where I haven't been up here. And the reason for that is obviously we had the Christmas period and I've been really busy with work and I just haven't had the time, and it's been getting dark by 4 o'clock. So I'm back to it now. So I'm just going to remind everyone exactly everything about this car. So here it goes. We took delivery of the car around about May, June. The car needed a lot of work, including new tyres and alloys because they were damaged and I couldn't get new ones as they were aftermarket. So I managed to find the correct alloys for the car. I was trying to do a full price breakdown of everything, what I paid for, including how much the car would sell for, and hopefully there would be a profit in it. After doing the clutch on the Audi S1, I managed to get the car in the garage and finally work on it. In amongst this, the wings were a nightmare because they were aftermarket and pre-painted, and the guy wouldn't refund my money. I bought aftermarket wheel arch liners and they were crap as well. So we had to replace the hub as we found out that it was bent. Numerous parts needed to be replaced as they were all tired and worn. All the wings didn't line up because someone had been in there and potched around with the brackets. I finally managed to find the correct wings in colour and original, and they all lined up really nice. Finally fitted the bumper that took me ages to find in colour. The lights were also replaced, so we finally finished it off with the front grille. That absolutely makes a massive difference to the car. The bonnet needed realigning and fitting properly because everything was just so out of line. Doing all these little bits add up to the finished product, and the car looks 10 times better. Now everything lines up correctly. Now you're up to speed with everything, let's get back to today's video. So as you can see, it's been standing, and now it's been standing so long. We've even got mould starting to grow on the seats. It doesn't smell the best in here, so that's not good. So it's been standing a long time. That box there is 2 solar panels. I've got the lights in here, but the generator that I've got is that one there. It's too powerful just to run lights. The theory behind it was I was going to fit solar panels, only 2, to the top of the garage and bond them to the roof. Run an inverter and some batteries, and hopefully that'll be enough then to run some lights and just have some lighting in here so I can stay up here a bit later in the night. So that was the theory behind it. I will be recording and filming a video on fitting these solar panels. Let's have a look what we got here. We got a full timing chain kit, all genuine parts for this, guys. I didn't want to scrimp on this because at the end of the day, you can buy cheap and it is just not going to be the best. Can't even remember how much I paid for it now, so I think that's for the oil pump anyway. I can't remember actually. We got all new bolts. We got the guides for the timing chain. There's other bolts. Tensioner. The chain is in there. There's the other, and there's the timing chain there. All genuine parts. So that is something that we are going to look at doing. I believe in this is a full wiring harness for the engine. I think what I can remember. I've already started taking the airbox out and the battery to get to this cabling. I haven't done any more to it because I wanted to try and get the correct part. I had to move all this out of the way to get the serial numbers, which I had, and I've matched it. Now the airbox is out of the way. Can you see them cables? Someone has obviously been in here. See that? That's the wiring harness on this car, and it's been repaired in places. So that is not good. So we got a full wiring loom for the car. So we got to fit that at some point. I think that's in there. Let's have a look. The trouble is, because all this has been left up here for so long, even if it was the wrong part, I can't even send it back now because it's gone past like the 30-day return period. Not good, really. I should have been on the ball looking at this stuff. It's basically a 1.2 TSI engine. I've matched the codes up and everything should match exactly the same. Well, if this doesn't, then I'm screwed because I've left it too late to return, but we'll have a look at that later on. We've got a full-on inverter. There's the details there, see that? So hopefully that's going to help run the lights for the garage. That's to help put the tensioner on the crank pulley and things, so we can undo the bolts in the centre and take the sprocket out and things. And well, it's basically old sprocket in place, and so you're going to do the centre nut or the bolt. So I got one of them to do it properly. So I can't even remember what's in this. Yeah, that's a puller. I think I've got that for the oil pump sprocket, to take that off. I think, I can't even remember. I'm gonna have to watch some videos to see how to do this job. I've never done it before. This one's good, guys. I have got, can you see that? A new bonnet badge. We'll leave that to last. That's our engine timing toolkit, and in this box should be a correct hub. I haven't even checked. No, that's a big mistake. Oh god, this is the first time you're looking at this, and this isn't in the best condition either. Right, so this, if you look, it's got the same as the one that come off it. This is off a Skoda Fabia, so I believe they share most of these type of parts. I'm not gonna lie, although it's nice and dry out here today, my hands are absolutely freezing. It is freezing up here today, so I probably won't be doing loads. Do you know, I can't even remember the full price list of how much I've spent on this car. It's just gone totally out of control. So this car owes me quite a lot, and we've got a lot of work still to do on it. I want to try and get this hub on for today. The hub, the wheel arch liner, get all that back on so it's looking half decent, and I can put the car level. Then we can focus on the engine for now. And when I've looked underneath this car, it's got a massive oil leak coming from the sump. It's leaking from this, it's leaking from the covers, the chain, all that's leaking. So someone has been in there and tried to replace the chain previously. Don't know when it was done, but because it hasn't been sealed correctly, it's all leaking. And I just want to make sure that the timing chain's done properly. Not that I've never done one, but you know yourself, guys, I try and do things properly. So we've got a full original manufacturer's timing chain kit to go on there, and we're going to reseal it all, give the car brand new plugs, new oil, new filters. So the engine, although it's done, I think it's 105,000 miles, it's going to be good for a couple of thousand miles more, isn't it? So hopefully doing all that, changing all our wiring loom, because there was errors coming on the dashboard when we drove it last, doing all that, we'll get it running sweet. At the moment it runs a bit rough, and it's because it's been neglected really. As regards to the door is slightly different colour shade where it's been repaired at some point, and the wheel arch liner's got us, you can see that it's been had some sort of filler work in the past. How far I go with this bodywork now, I probably won't do too much more to it, only because I can't afford to. This is costing a lot to get it running tidy, and yet again I bought a car that's going to cost too much to repair. And I'm not, to be fair, I know it's not all about making money. You got to try and make some sort of profit on a car, otherwise it's pointless. You can't keep on making losses on cars. And speaking of losses, there, if you look what's still here, I still have the Audi S1. Now that's still sat here, and that's been sat here since November now. Still up for sale. It's a fantastic car. I don't understand why it hasn't, well, I know why it hasn't sold. It's such a specialist car. People haven't got the money to pay for it, I suppose. You know, it's only a category N. It's done 56,000 miles. Advisory free MOT on it. You know yourself all the work I've done to it, and I still have it. That car is pissing me right off. You can't really move forward until you start selling cars. So I've invested a lot of time, effort and money into this car, and I still have it. So it needs to go. And this car, if that went, I could focus a lot of time, effort into this car, and it'd probably motivate me to get it finished. But at the moment, I just don't feel like doing it. Like I said, doing YouTube is it's very demanding. And when you see other people doing so well, selling cars, like literally, I say before they've even brought them or dropped them off, they sold the cars, you know, it's nice to see, and it's nice to see people doing well, but you've got to understand there is another side to it, when you're selling cars. If you don't buy the right car, or the right price, then, you know, it can become a very expensive hobby. So this is the bad side of doing this on YouTube. I'm not going to let that stop me, you know yourself, I'll carry on and get it sorted, and we'll move on. So let's crack on with fitting that up now, and hopefully it'll fit with no issues. It's not in bad condition, but I'd rather put a complete new side on so you know it's all okay. That's all that is a little bit of rubber grease, and it will dissolve, but I just want to make sure it goes in nice. Right, that took longer than what I expected. Everything's back in, back on. These brake discs are cleaned up alright actually, so I might actually keep these but change the pads. I'm going to have to clean these calipers right up because they are really bad, and this purple / black isn't very good, so I'm going to probably do these red. So that's what we got left to do, is put the arch liner in and put the wheel on, but I'm not going to bother with any of that now. But I'm probably going to tackle the wiring harness in the next episode. So I'm going to probably end this here now, because I know it doesn't look like I've done much, but it's taken a lot to get back up here and get going again. So we'll crack on with another video soon as I get a chance. But I am absolutely freezing. But the wheel is on, it's all straight. Just got to slap that wheel on and we're done. So I will see you all in the next one, for whatever project we're doing next.